welcome on into another episode of Getting Well with Terry, free NHL picks. I am Terry, ready to break down today's slate, but we will start the show as we usually do, and that is taking a look at what happened yesterday, and then we'll get to the NHL standings. Detroit, in a really important game against Ottawa, they were not able to stop the puck, and Ottawa's offense exploded, and they won 6-2 in that game. Boston goes into Edmonton, keeps on rolling. This Boston team continues to find ways to win in a 3-2 win. The Canucks helped out my Minnesota Wild by beating the Dallas Stars. Dallas continues to struggle in overtime and continues to struggle in general, losing to the Canucks 5-4. Vegas couldn't compete with this Avalanche team. Colorado is hot. Despite that, I am looking to fade them tomorrow, so it is what it is. I'll try one more time fading this Colorado team, most likely tomorrow, but we'll get to that in tomorrow's show. And then the 1-800-GAMBLER game that I wouldn't recommend anyone betting. Blackhawks' 5-game losing streak is snapped by the Anaheim Ducks in the Connor Bedard race. We will jump into the standings, and then I'll get to the comments here in a bit. Carolina, 86 points. New Jersey, 83. The Rangers with 77. The Atlantic, pretty much exactly the same. Boston leading now by 15 points ahead of Toronto with a game in hand. Boston better hope that they don't run into that President's Trophy jinx, because whoever seems to win the President's Trophy doesn't seem to go very far in the playoffs, and Boston is pretty much going to win that. So unless anything crazy happens in the rest of the games. Islanders and Pittsburgh hold the top 2 wildcard spots. Buffalo and Detroit right behind them in this race. Florida and Washington also have 64. Don't count Ottawa out with a game here, with a win here. They'll be right back up, moving ahead of those teams. Philadelphia, Montreal, Columbus, the bottom 3 in the Eastern Conference. In the Central, Dallas currently in first, but Colorado in second, Minnesota in third. A very close race in the Central. In the Pacific, again, a very close race, Vegas, LA, and Edmonton. And then when it comes to a wild card spot, Winnipeg and Seattle hold the top 2 spots. Calgary and streaking Nashville are in the bubble spots here. Nashville, despite trading away Tanner Jeannot, which I guess just happened last he didn't play in the last game, and trading away Nino Niederreiter, they still have played well lately and are right there in the race to make the playoffs. After that, it's a drop-off. St. Louis kind of all by themselves. And then the bottom part is the race for Bedard. We all know Connor Bedard wants to go to Vancouver, so he's hoping that Vancouver continues to fall. But obviously their win yesterday did not help with that. We'll jump into the comments here. Dumb play by me last night on my best bet. It was always the under in Vegas, Colorado. One last hurrah to end this month with a bang. Yes, this is the last day for best bets for February. And then we'll have our 3 winners, our top 3 announced tomorrow. And then we'll move on to start March. So Noah Hannafin over 2.5 shots on goal, and Tage Thompson over 3.5 shots on goal is Toby's best bet, plus 311. Morning, Terry. Morning, Tim. We meet again. We shall in a few games here. Feed me Bruins, Flames, overtime guess, plus 310. Hey, I could see that. Hey, Terry. Hey, Crystal. Can the Wild help out my Sabres tonight? We'll get to that here in a bit. Nice to see Stars losses and Avalanche wins. Hi, friends. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you. Bull take Bruins get bounced in round 1. I'm not ready to say that yet. I don't think we can go that crazy yet. Buffalo Wild Wings parlay. We'll be starting that in a second, this one. Melissa Cunningham, has that always been a thing, or did you just make that up because that's amazing? And I'll ride with you. Uh-oh. I saw it hit last week. Yes, people have bet it. People have bet it. I've heard people bet that parlay before. Ew, IceX. IceX, nice to see you. Wink. Crystal is starting the smash talk here, and we'll get to best bet standings here in a bit. Grr, IceX says, but yeah, we'll get to the standings here at the end of the show. To start this game off, Detroit and Ottawa just faced each other yesterday. Detroit plus 100 to plus 115. Ottawa minus 120 to minus 135. 6.5s right across the board. And this one, I think there's 1-6 at North Star, apparently. This game's tough. I want to go back to Detroit, but I'm not going to. This Sens team is catching fire, and I don't know. I really don't know what happens in this one, so I don't have any bets. Player props: Giroux, Brady Tkachuk, and Tim Stützle have been on fire, that top line. So if you wanted to look at that top line, that's where I'd go in this game, but no real opinion on this one for me. Sens money line, says Tim. Hey, you should be worried more about the Sens than the Red Wings. Either one could pass the Sabres. BWW parlay reverse sweeps. All right. Detroit is about to fall apart. Maybe. Shut up, Nick. Good day, Terry. Hey, Brian. Nice to see you. Under 6.5 in this game. I'd probably lean with the other side. Sens puck line. Hey, it did well yesterday. But we'll move on to the second game. The Battle of Florida. We have the Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning. Florida, you can get plus 138 to plus 153. Tampa Bay, minus 160 to minus 176. Sevens, I do see 6.5 available in this one. From a side perspective, Vasilevsky will be in net for Tampa. Tampa is at home. So that is kind of two conditions for backing Tampa. You want to see Vasilevsky in net, and you want to see them at home. The issue is that minus 170, minus 165, you're going to have to bet them in regulation or go on the puck line. And I'm not really comfortable with either. I do think Tampa Bay wins this game, but my bets are on Florida props. E2 Lusterinen is on the second line for Florida. He has a point in 7 of his last 9 games, and he's plus 130 to get a point today. I think that is a great price. And alongside him, Anthony Duclair is plus 110 to get a point. Obviously, one game this season, coming back from injury. He got an assist in his last game, plus 110 to get a point. I think that's a good price. And then looking at Tampa Bay, Braden Point to get a goal. His goals in 4 straight games. Plus 135 to score. That's the Tampa prop I like. Prop game for me here. Terry, I smashed a like. Of course you did, Richie. You always do. Much appreciated. Tampa, Florida, under 7. This should be a 6.5, and 6 to 7 between these teams have gone under. Yeah. Lightning minus 2.5 plus 225. All right. 5-1 Tampa Bay tonight, says Tim. Is that because you want Buffalo to stay ahead of Florida, Tim? You always want your Buffalo to do well, and we'll see what happens. But here they are: Columbus in Buffalo. You can get Columbus plus 160 to plus 177. Buffalo Sabres minus 189 to minus 222. 6.5s and 7s in this game. This one is, when it comes to a prop game, this one is very tough. Tage Thompson, you have to bet 1.5 points. There won't be Rasmus Dahlin in this game. Alex Tuch is week to week, so he won't be playing either. Sabres definitely played well in their first game without those guys, and now are in their second game without those guys. But I think this is a good spot for them at home against Columbus. I think Buffalo wins this by multiple goals. I don't think it's like the 9-3 game that they played earlier this year, but I do think Buffalo wins this convincingly against a Columbus team that's been competitive lately, but ultimately they're just not a good team at all. No, I think Tampa is just strong. Okay. Blue Jackets money line is a lock. Marchenko anytime goal. Yes, if you were looking for a Columbus player, that would be who you should go to. Tage Thompson over 3.5 shots on goal, minus 152. He had 9 shots on goal last game. Yeah, that's insane. Sabres a road dog, yes. As a home favorite, hell nah. Columbus and over 6.5. Yeah, we'll disagree, but that always happens. That always happens. We'll jump into the next game, and we know we'll disagree in this one. We have the old, boring, and slow New York Islanders heading to Minnesota to face the Wild. You can get Islanders plus 115 to plus 126. Minnesota minus 135 to minus 150. 5.5s, and I do see some 5s available in this one as well. If you've been keeping an eye on Minnesota lately, you know they are a under team. It doesn't matter who's in net. If it's Fleury, if it's Gustafsson, Wild games have been going under. Gustafsson will be a net for this game. The issue with that is I am not betting them under 5.5 at minus 140, especially not in this matchup between these two teams. You look at these two teams, you look at what they've been doing lately, and you think, oh, this has to be an under. And while I'm not taking the over, previous games between the Islanders and the Wild seem to be higher scoring for some reason. Now there are also 2-1 games, so there are also lower scoring games, but there have been some very high scoring games between these two teams, especially lately as well. So for me, it's just the side, and I like the Wild. No big surprise here. Gustafsson in net. He has been the second best goaltender in the league this year, better than Ilya Sorokin. The only goalie better than him is Linus Ullmark. So I like him here at home. He has been absolutely amazing at home. I don't have the exact numbers here, but I think it's a crazy 10-1-1 stretch at home or something like that. He has been awesome at home. The Wild get the win here, but it could very well be an overtime game. And actually, I'd prefer it does go to overtime because the Wild have done very well in overtime. But I like the Wild to win. No real opinion on the total here because we have a 5 and a 5.5 here. That being said, Sabres minus 1.5, Thompson anytime goal, Cousins anytime point, and Skinner anytime point is plus 450 for those 4. Best of luck. Wild money line, easy money. It's a lock. Thank me later. Nick is annoying, but that's not news to anybody. Both teams have become boring to the casual hockey fan. No, Islanders have always been boring and slow. Terry's on the Wild. I'm glad I'm sitting down for that one. Nick just burned a certain someone. Yeah, hey, he can say whatever he wants. Gustafsson numbers have been better, but he's also played like half the games Sorokin has played, though. Yeah, so what? That just means that Minnesota can play both goaltenders and don't have to rely on one in all their games. But we'll move on along to the next one. One of my favorite games of the night. Pittsburgh Penguins, Nashville Predators. You can get Pittsburgh minus 127 to minus 138. Nashville Predators plus 110 to plus 123. 6.5s right across the board in this one. Both of these teams have been scoring goals and allowing goals like crazy right now. Love the over in this game. And I'm also on the Predators. It's a price play for me. This Nashville team doesn't know that they're supposed to be that they traded away their best player, or not their best players, but they traded away a couple of guys and are trending towards retooling. But the Predators haven't really noticed that in their last few games. They've been finding ways to win. I think they're a good home underdog here. I like the over, but there's one play in this game. Thomas Novak. He is the top line center for the Nashville Predators. Kind of came out of nowhere. Thomas Novak. He is plus 102 to get a point tonight. He has points in 5 straight games, but during those 5 games, He has 5 goals and 6 assists. So that's 11 points in 5 games. He is a big reason why this Nashville Predators team is winning games. I love him to get a point today. I love this over 6.5, and I like the Predators to win this one. If you are looking for a parlay piece, Roman Josi to get a point. It's around minus 220, something like that. So you'd have to parlay it with something. But he has a point in 15 of his last 17 games. Roman Josi, along with Thomas Novak, big reasons why this Predators team is not falling apart at the current moment. Draw in the Minnesota game? Yes, I could very well see that. Predators money line. Sorry, Mel. Nick. Pens minus 1.5. It is. All right. Predators to make the playoffs plus 275. No. No, because they're probably not done trading players away. So yes, they're playing well right now, but there's still like 20 games left in the season. The Predators aren't going to be able to make it. So they'll be gone. Yes, Terry, Novak has been cashing. Yes, Richie. 11 points in his last 5 games. That's crazy. And he's plus money to get a point on the top line. Yes, please. I'll take it. There's one thing we know about the Pens is they stink and they'll probably give up 5 goals in the third period tonight. I'll ride that prop. Pittsburgh is, yes, they had a very rough stretch, but they are playing better their last few games, and I wouldn't count this Pittsburgh team out just yet. I don't know exactly how many years they made the playoffs, but I think it's like 10 or something like that. This Pittsburgh team, while they're not the same team they've been during their heydays, I wouldn't quite count them out just yet. I'm not ready to say they're a bad team, like others, cough, cough, Nick likes to say. But moving on to this game, Seattle Kraken, St. Louis Blues. Seattle minus 144 to minus 163. St. Louis Blues plus 125 to plus 140. Sixes right across the board in this one. And this is a pass game for me. I have no interest in this one whatsoever. If you had asked me a few weeks ago in this game, I would have said it's a 6. Give me the over. But Binnington has been playing somewhat well lately and has been keeping the total under. St. Louis is not winning games, but Seattle's not winning games either. I'm not rushing to lay minus 150 with Seattle on the road, but I'm not backing the Blues either, even if they're plus money. So this game is just a pass. When it comes to props, St. Louis players, we don't know if they how motivated they are. Obviously, Craig Berube doesn't think they're very motivated. So I'm not going to be betting player props on a team when you don't know who's motivated to actually play. And then Seattle has kind of been rough for player props as well. So this game is just a complete pass. Melissa likes the Blues. Hey, plus money. Can't talk you off it. Ice X, Kraken puck line. All right. Best of luck. Perfect, Mel. Over 6. And then he actually means, oh no. Ice X, lay off my Pens. Go Blues. Kraken future now under 97.5 points, minus 106. I bought it at 100.5, minus 113. Don't see them hitting either. Yeah. The Kraken will have to go, if they can go on another run like they did. I think it was like, what was like that 7-game road trip and they won like 6 or 7 or something like that. If they can go on a run like that, maybe they can, but otherwise, I don't think they hit 100. Tough cookies, Mel. LOL. All right. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the next game, LA Kings, Winnipeg Jets. We have LA plus 110 to plus 123. Winnipeg minus 132 to minus 145. Sixes right across the board in this one. I've got burned betting LA lately, but here they are as an underdog again. I'm hoping that Jonathan Quick doesn't play for whatever reason. It was decided that he should play last game. LA, do you want to the Nashvilles? Not the Nashvilles. Do you want to fall out of the playoffs and have Nashville or Calgary take your spot? I know obviously Nashville wouldn't take their spot in the Pacific, but They could take a wild card spot. If LA continues to play Jonathan Quick in net, they are going to miss the playoffs. I think that's a fair statement. Do not put Jonathan Quick in net. With that said, if you are laying minus 140, minus 132, minus 135 with the Winnipeg Jets right now, best of luck, but that's not me. This team is falling at the current moment. Could they turn it around tonight? Of course they could. They're at home here against the LA Kings, a team that struggles to stop the puck. Hellebuck could have a great night, but I need to see it first. It should be Copley in net for LA, unless they want to miss the playoffs. So I will back the LA Kings here as a road dog. This Winnipeg team is not a team that I want to put my money on right now. And I would say that I'm sorry to see it, but we all know that's a lie. So I won't say anything. Copley versus Hellebuck. I don't know. Under 6. Jets have been bad. Yes, exactly. That's why I want absolutely nothing to do with them. Copley is confirmed. Thank you, LA. Thank you. We don't need Jonathan Quick in that again. Copley confirmed. Jinx, you owe me a soda, Nick. We call it pop here in Canada. I know some of you Americans like to say soda, but some of us like to say pop. But hey, every time I bet on the Jets, they do the opposite. They're a team I can't get right. Yes. Other than that win against the Rangers, they've lost everything lately. So Jets have been bad, you say? Well, go and look at what they've done lately. If you take away that Rangers game, all they've done is lose. So, and they were second in the Central. Obviously, they could still bounce back, but things are not looking good in Jets land currently. This isn't our final game of the night, but this is the final game I will be breaking down on today's slate. No, I will not be breaking down the final 2 games, which is San Jose and somebody, and Chicago and Arizona. I won't. So I don't have anything to. Yeah, Montreal and San Jose, Chicago and Arizona. I won't even be breaking down either of the 2 games. Best of luck if you're betting those games, but I am not. In this one, Boston minus 120 to minus 135. Calgary Flames minus 105 to plus 115. 6s, 5.5 available here. Boston may be on the second night of a back-to-back in this one, but I don't care. Allmark will be in net here against a Flames team that is struggling. I think this is a great price with Boston on the road. Give me the Boston Bruins back-to-back nights. I said before yesterday's show that I believe Boston would win against Edmonton and Calgary, and I'm not changing my opinion here. I like the Bruins money line. Marchand and DeBrusk both didn't get on the score sheet last night, but I will not be surprised if they both bounce back here and get some points in this one. One player I did forget to mention for the Pittsburgh and Nashville game is Evgeny Malkin. He has been on fire for Pittsburgh as of late. It looks like he may be on the top line unless things get changed and Crosby gets put back. But based on how the game ended for Pittsburgh, their last game, Malkin got moved up to the top line with Gensel and Raquel. So we'll have to see how that works out. But Malkin in this game, I'm looking at Marchand and DeBrusk point-wise. Calgary, nothing, because I don't like to take player props when Linus Ullmark is in net. So, yeah. Velarde, anytime goal. He got one last game against Hellebuck. All right. Yeah, the reason I didn't get to any LA props is because that Kempe Kopitar line is slowing down, and I just don't know what to do, but best of luck with Velarde. LOL, you would say soda. It's pop. Yeah, I say pop, but hey, some people will say soda, and that's just, I don't know how it goes. Bruins are going to easily beat the Flames. Oof, I don't like you saying that. Flames, Bruins money line, Bruins all day. Uh-oh, you guys are starting to scare me. No, I'm kidding. But in the marquee matchups, Blackhawks money line over 2.5, Habs money line over 6.5. Bum fights deserve love too. No, they don't. Not at all. My best bet will be in this game. All right, interesting. Noah Hannafin over 2.5 shots on goal plus 148. Absolutely nuke and lock. Let's not say the word lock, but yeah, we'll move on. Bruins play well on back-to-back and all mark and net. Your best bet is going to be Bruins in regulation. All right. Boston in regulation. We will get to the best bet segment here in just 1 second. It is the final day for February. So if anybody does want to get your best bet in, today is our final day for February. Bees should win based on goalie matchup alone. Yes. I'll do or die for my lead. All right. We'll get to that in a second. Team Soda. All right, whatever. Team H2O. There we go. The healthy side. Lightning, Penguins, Bruins. Who will lose? Penguins, I think. Sorry, Melissa, but I'm not super confident in it. Absolute Loch Ness Monster, Richie, and Lightning, says Toby. But we will look at what happened yesterday in the best bet segment here. I went with Detroit money line. Unfortunately, they were not even close. Toby went with Taves under 1.5 shots on goal. I think he got 4, so it was a good day for Taves. Ice went with Edmonton money line and Colorado puck line. Colorado puck line was a nice cash, but the Oilers were defeated by Icex's Bruins. Kev Cook went with Boston Edmonton over 6.5. Unfortunately, it did stay under. Richie parlayed Kachuk and Tim Stützle both to get a goal plus 429, and they both scored. Stützle right at the end, but it was in time. 5 minutes left, so great cash there, Richie. Z Goaler went with Ottawa money line, parlayed with Giroux to score plus 360, which also cashed. And Crystal went with Max Domi over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 111. Tim went with Oklahoma State, and unfortunately, they lost. We will take a look here at the standings before we get to today's best bets. Let me bring it up. And IceX currently in the lead, 6.65 units up, but Crystal is right behind, 6.16 units ahead this month. Richie, 4.44 in third. AJ's in fourth. Kevin, fifth. Dazed and Confused in sixth. And it goes down from there. Me, I'm 7-9, minus 0.27. Looking to finish the month in the green. And that is my goal here with my best bet today. Bring up the best bet sheet for me. I'm going with Thomas Novak to get a point for Nashville. 11 points in his last 5 games on the top line. Give me him to get a point. Goal or assist plus 102 as my final best bet for the month of February. Toby is going with Hannafin over 2.5 shots on goal. And Tage Thompson, I wrote under, but I think that's a mistake, isn't it? Let me go up to the top. Yeah, it is Thompson over. Good. Good that I caught that. Brian is going to go with Boston in regulation as his best bet. Dun, 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 dun. What a hit at Richie P. Yes, a very good hit. Nick is going to go with a Parisi anytime goal. Is that your best bet, Nick? So I'll put it down. Yes, says Richie. Oh, shit. Whoa, please don't tell me. Fudge, you're still in first, but she's Crystal right behind you. I'm in third. That'll work. Yeah. And it's supposed to be over. Yes, I fixed it for you. All good. Couldn't find any shot and goal unders for today. Not worth the risk to chance it. Yeah. Don't force plays. That's always good. But that is today's show. Nobody. All right. So Parisi is not going to score tonight, which I absolutely love because I hate him. No, I don't hate him. But I'm not a Zach Parisi fan. Yes, he was a wild player, but there's reasons why he was bought out. And I'm not a fan of his. So, yes, I'll keep it at that. I did put in a best bet in yesterday's comments with Vegas under 5.5 for plus money. Don't remember exactly where the issue were, but it's posted. Did you post it in like the live comments? Because I did not see anything on the, like if the video finishes right now, and I don't see your live comment, it doesn't show up afterwards. So let me see here. Yeah, like on the actual comments, there was nothing from you yesterday, so you must have put it live. It has to be if you're going to put it in the live comments, you have to put it while the show's on. Once the show's done, I won't see your live comments anymore. So you have to put it in the regular comments below. So no, it wasn't live. It's all good. I don't see it. I'm looking so I don't know what happened to it. I'm not sure. But I don't see in the comments here. Crystal, Richie, Kev, and Z Goler all gave their best bets yesterday on the comments. So I don't know what happened to it. Best bet for Ice X is going to be Pittsburgh money line plus Calgary money line plus 269. All right, going risky there. Crystal will post her best bet later. Good luck to everybody. She's talking to you, Ice X. She's talking. No, I'm kidding. My best bet is going to be Mr. Power over 4 shots on goal. He's got the power. Is that over 3.5 or over 4? I'm just going to put over 4, assuming that that's how you have it written. Which is a lot. Buffalo, Owen Power over 4 shots on goal. Let me know if it is 3.5 for plus 330. Right. Richie will also post his later. No worries. Odds not an issue. All right. All right. I will have a best bet once I see Ice X's profile pick. Fun fact, last year this time when I sent in my first best bet to Terry Show. Oh, really? Today? Oh, interesting. Melissa, this is my picture today. Boston picture. I hate you, Ice X. Stay off my pens. It's over 3.5. I'm an idiot. No, you're not an idiot. Don't worry. You just, you gotta, because 3.5 and 4 is a huge difference. So I'll make sure I got that right for you. Best bet is going to be from Melissa. Pens minus 1.5. All right. Pittsburgh minus 1.5. Happy Tuesday, Terry. I'm late. Will re-listen and give my play later. No problem. Yeah, Brian, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I don't see your best bet anywhere. But I will try to re-look again, but I don't see it, so I don't know what to do. But yes, so from now on, at this point, if you want to put in your best bet, put it in the comments, not in the live comments, but in the comments after the video is done. Best of luck to everybody today, and we'll see you again tomorrow, March 1st, a new month for Getting Wild with Terry, free NHL picks. Best of luck, guys, and best of luck and have a good one.